I'm Palma Michel, and today I'm going to speak about non-judging and cultivating an impartial witness. Maybe you've already noticed that very often during your day you're judging things consciously and unconsciously. And maybe you've also noticed that there is a small, sometimes quiet, but sometimes rather loud voice in your head that's continuously commenting on everything that you do. I like this, I don't like this, I like him, I like her, I don't like him, I don't like her, this is good, this is bad, I'm good, I'm bad, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not smart enough, etc., etc., etc. And the more we judge things, I don't know if you noticed that too, the smaller our world becomes, because a judgment is no longer an openness and a curiosity, and particularly if we judge something as I don't like it or bad or not good, we sort of become more closed and defensive, and we sort of push the external things very often away as well. And I don't know if you noticed that, but when I push something away in my mind with a thought, I also experience a negative feeling, and kind of that openness and that excitement that's there when I'm curious, when I don't have an idea about something or I don't have an opinion, that's no longer there in those moments. But coming back to mindfulness, mindfulness is really inviting, sort of cultivating an impartial witness, and it's pointing us to this part of ourselves that's always just witnessing, that part of us that's always just aware, and that part of us that's always and already whole, the part that can never be changed by any of our judgments. And that's kind of just a backdrop to all of our experiences. And maybe you have already felt that in your meditation practice. So I would like to invite you to a short guided meditation where we will cultivate the inner witness. And the invitation is really to simply observe any judgments that might come up. And very often the biggest judgment in meditation is kind of when you try to focus on your breathing, for example, and your attention wanders off to a thought, and you notice that your attention wandered off to a thought. In that moment, many people, they judge themselves or they judge meditation. They either say, I'm not good at this, I suck, or they say, this is not working for me, meditation isn't working for me. But in many ways, the kindest thing you can do in those moments, and meditation teacher Sharon Salzberg has famously said that it's the kindest moment in meditation is when you notice that your attention wandered off and you simply bring it back to the breath. And by that, you're also cultivating this ability in your everyday life, that when you notice basically that there was a judgment, to just gently return back to yourself. So I now invite you to find a comfortable meditation posture, maybe sitting in a chair or on a couch. And once you've found your posture, I'll invite you to either gently close your eyes or rest your gaze just at a point ahead of you where you can focus. And as you're closing your eyes, just take a moment to really arrive in your seat and in the present moment. To really drop into your body. And if you notice there's a judgment there about any of your experience or maybe any of my instructions, then just notice that judgment appear and disappear. I'd also now invite you to bring your attention to your mind. And for the next 30 seconds, is it possible to simply observe the content of your mind without grasping it or judging it in any way? Just noticing thoughts appear and disappear. And if you notice kind of a rejecting thought that's rejecting any of your thoughts, Just notice that that is just another thought that's appearing and disappearing. As best as possible, just noticing how thoughts are coming and going, and even judgments might be coming and going. And now is it possible to move your attention to your body? And again, is it possible to cultivate that open and curious witness that's impartial and just observing any sensations in your body appear and disappear? Maybe as you're sensing into your body and sensations are appearing, maybe at some points there's a little bit of pain or tension. Maybe there's a judging thought that's appearing at the same time. And just also acknowledging and noticing that thought appear and disappear as the sensations appear and disappear. And now I'll invite you to just notice sounds appear and disappear as best as you can without judging them or labeling them. And again, if you notice there's a labeling appearing in your awareness or a judgment, just notice that. Sounds appearing and disappearing, and as best as you can, not judging them in any way. And now is it possible to even sense that part of yourself that's just witnessing your awareness, your beingness, that silent backdrop to all of your experience. It's beyond judgments, beyond thoughts, beyond sounds, beyond feelings. Just simply aware of all the phenomena arising and falling away, including any judgment. And that part of you is always and already whole. Always and already has innate well-being, no matter how harsh the judgments are that appear and disappear in your mind. And then gently bring your attention back to your posture. Notice your body in contact with the surface that you're sitting on. Notice your feet in contact with the ground. And gently and slowly in your very own time, open your eyes if you had them closed. And just take a moment and ask yourself, how similar or different was this experience of simply observing your experience without judging it to your everyday life experience? And I'll invite you to take this attitude of non-judgment into all the situations in your life. Every time you notice yourself saying silently in your mind or loudly, I don't like this, or I prefer that, or judging yourself harshly even, see if it's possible to just notice that judgment appear and disappear, and to fall back into that witness that's just aware of the judgments appearing and disappearing. And the second thing you might want to do is carry a pen and paper with you and just note down any time you observe a judgment that you're making about yourself, so that you're raising your self-awareness around those judgments, and then see if it's possible to let them go and to drop back into that part of yourself that's just your beingness, just your witness, always and already whole, always and already full of well-being. I hope you enjoyed this practice and would love to hear about your experience. This is Palma Michel for Muse.